Welcome back, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to the Singapore Collegiate Clash Overwatch 2021. We are back again with audio. My name is Twilight, and over here, of course, is Moonboy, organized by gamers sponsored by Blizzard Entertainment, Uni.co, Antidote Studio, all for you, and Print Clothes. Without them, all this wouldn't have been possible. And we basically just went through our schedule, the thing that you just saw on screen. Basically, Moonboy, would you like to rehash what we just saw?
Okay, let me repeat once again, ladies and gentlemen. So, very first game, we're gonna have Battle Valiant going up against Bala Fantasy. Really interesting name coming in, and I believe they got really cool fantasy. But hopefully, the fantasy is gonna be alive later on in the very first game, and it's gonna be starting in a few minutes time. But after that, at about 9:30 p.m., we're gonna have Homie Home going against Elo Hell. So if you guys are here in chat for them, do support your team. Shout out their name if you guys are here for the casters. I'm sure you guys are definitely here for us. Of course, you guys are here
Wow,
for us.
so confident. I don't think anyone is here for me though. Unfortunately, it's okay, guys, but it's all right. So, anyways, we'll also be talking about the team. So, the first team that we'll be seeing today, of course, will be Battle Villains against Bala Fantasy. So, on the side of Battle Villain, it looks like there will be a ITE team. We have on the tank roles, we have ID5 War Machine. On DPS, we have Bunny and Speedy. And on the support role, we have Grid and ASR. So far, these are very new names in the Overwatch scene. I haven't really seen them around before. Perhaps they could show us something very spicy today. Show us what they are made of, and represent IT. I come from IT too, College Central. Represent.
So
My,
yes,
my
guys.
competitive days were from IT, anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, ITE coming in, they are known for pretty decent esports team coming in as well. But Overwatch, maybe you can tell us a little bit more. These players, you know them?
Personally, no. As players, not yet. We'll find out very soon. So, anyways, on the other side of the spectrum here, we have, of course, Bala Fantasies. You can see they are, of course, a mixed school of secondary school and I believe JC. So, I'm going to let you take it away for the players here.
Yep. So coming in the tank slot, we got Freeloader and Chunhausen 48, and on the DPS side, we got NX Nathan
Just Nathan, I
Nathan
guess.
Nathan, yeah, and then we got our superstar right over here, Bala, right? We got his name all over on their team name as well. And coming in the support side, we got Zoo and Paradox with the 2X.
Yeah, these are the two teams that we're going to see in game number 1 today. Starting relatively soon, I believe the players are prepping up and they're going to hop in real quick. Okay, do you have any expectations coming up here?
Well, I mean, I for one is a big Diva main. Okay, so I've been playing Overwatch since beta, and I kind of stopped a few years in. But I'm a big Diva main, and hopefully I get to see some big Diva bombs coming in. As you said, Graviton, Surge, Diva bomb is still currently in meta, right? Like dive comms, Graviton comms, and things like that. So I hope that we get to see a little bit of something coming in like that. Where Tang actually take the most
A prominent role.
prominent role of the correct of the game as well.
I mean, I myself, I'm a tank main as well. I
Hmm?
flex, time to flex 4.2k, 4.2k. Okay, now, but yeah, I used to main tank as well. I mostly played Rhino, I played Winston. Over the years, my skills got degraded. I think I'm more or less a that all time. But it's more of I expect a lot of good tank players out there as well. That's really tanking it for your team as well as landing those very crucial ultimates like as a Reinhardt, those Earth Shatters, as a Winston if you get the nano boost as well, just jump for
Oh,
the backlines. The classic stuff, dive their backlines, the squishies. For the side of the DPS, well, I play a couple of DPS roles every now and then. When I'm feeling good, but it's technically my third role. I usually play support tank. Just gonna play people who I can't name apparently. Like Lucio, you can Mercy as well. Baptiste is also pretty fun actually.
mm,
Uh, and also just a couple of other small heroes like Zenyatta as well. So
yeah.
anyway, that is for the players, and now we're gonna go into the map pool, which I almost forgot about. Yeah.
So yes, guys. So this will be a best of three. So basically, the first team to get 2 points is gonna be winning this whole series. And for our very first map, we're going into Control, ladies and gentlemen, heading straight to China, Lijiang Tower, and subsequently we will be going on to Hollywood on the hybrid, and then Jungle Town for the escort map.
Right, Lijiang Tower and Hollywood. This is one of those OG maps that we usually see back in the days. Back in my days, I always played Lijiang Tower. So it's gonna be a very interesting CP map as well. One of the most fun, I would say, most fun CP map, and next to Ilios. Yeah,
Yeah,
next to Ilios. Nepal, no, not really better than Nepal. I hear from the production side that our players are ready and we are going to head into Lijiang Tower between Bala Fantasies again, the Battle Valiant. There we go. The players are all up and ready. And we're going to see what kind of comp they are going to be going for here very
I mean,
shortly.
coming into a control map, I think, it's kind of like a balanced kind of situation, right? Like where both teams comes out at the same time. There's not exactly a lot of attack and defender role until the point is captured. So it's all down to team fights coming in the early game. Whoever gets that first team, get ahead of the first team fight would be able to capture the point a little bit earlier.
That's right. And here's the lineup here. So far, pretty interesting lineup. We're going to see the Roadhog and May on the Bala Fantasies. I believe Bala, the man himself, the myth, the legend, he's gonna be Symmetra is gonna be putting a teleporter up for his teammate and then swapping up, I believe, to maybe a tracer perhaps. And okay, look at Chen, how Chen, Chen is gonna switch out for the Diva instead. And also a better villain, a pretty standard death volley comp here. Not having the McCree the backlines here just to back out everyone. And the first blood, of course, being given here by Speedy from Battle Valiant. Lucio down for the count. And it looks like Bala is actually going to stick with the Symmetra here.
Yep, I mean, coming in, the only difference in this team composition is likely going to be, that Reaper, right? That Reaper is going to matter a lot, especially knowing that Reinhardt and Diva are pretty tanky in this situation. So, having that Reaper might give you the additional DPS that you need to just push ahead.
And look at that, the battle of the tanks, and it looks like Battle Valiant will win this battle. The main Nathan here, he's gonna just head straight to the heels here, gonna get back to his base before he gets daggered. And I see no change in lineup yet so far. They're just gonna stick with this all the way through. May almost has the freezing field coming up very shortly as well.
Yep, and I believe, right here, Battle Valiant is just pushing Bala Fantasy Soul back behind. As right now, Bala Fantasy is just Soul, at the back line. So they really have to try to gather around and try to get a little bit of sneak push right over here. And, I believe it's just going to be a straight one-on-one. And if Bala Fantasy really wants the point, they have to run in pretty soon.
Yeah, and I just hear the amplification matrix being popped here by Battle Valiant. Didn't really get a lot of value of it, but now it's Bala Fantasy's turn. They're gonna just hop right off the side. The Blizzard is gonna come online very shortly. Oh, Immortality Field saving the Reinhardt here for Battle Valiant. But hey, the Blizzard is up and online. High Noon coming in from Speedy here. Can he connect any of the shots though? I think, yeah, he will. He will attack his shoot his counterpart down. But in the meantime, Shadow pops down as well. Is able to take down the enemy tank just for a little longer. But hey, that's a 3-man Earth Shadow coming in from Battle Valiant's tank here. But no follow-up whatsoever because of the Immortality Field. Just sustaining so much, holding the damage, and they are still holding on point here. Power Fantasies, can they capture this point? They are finally gonna let go of the point perhaps from Battle Valiant. Yeah, there we go. They finally hold control at the 74% mark.
Yep, especially at this point in time, they know they got the time, right? All they have to do is regroup and do a big push that Battle Valiant really needs. And as we could see just now previously in that fight, both Baptistes really did a lot, but it's all down to the ultimate charge. Whoever gets that, whoever gets to stack the most ultimate is gonna probably win the next fight. And right here, Battle Valiant have, they are so much closer to the ultimate, so they will be going in for a really aggressive push coming in, hold the ground for another 25 seconds, and win this match once and for all.
Hopefully that is the case. They do have the Diva Bomb as well as the Amplification Matrix. Let's see how they push in onto the side. But Bala Fantasies, they do have the Sound Barrier. Make that no Sound Barrier cause ooh, just got shut down here. They only have the there. There we go, the Diva Bomb coming flying up the high. Will he catch anyone? Yes, he will be able to catch the Baptiste. That Blossom pops out, traps everyone in the corner, but Bala Fantasy pops his own data as well. will be able to take down the Death Blossom towards the end. Get the DMAC, however. Blizzard up and ready again. Freezes ASR in the corner. Do this the ASR. ASR is still alive after the Blizzard. Will he be able to get on the mid? That's the question here. Gets frozen here. That's taken down by the Rocket Barrage from the D.Va. And they will be able to clean up this fight as well.
Yep, I mean, that is a really good positioning coming in from Nathan, right? Like freezing at that crucial point coming in from the Death Blossom as well. So that's, you know, as he survives, he's going to be dealing so much more damage. And that's what basically, you know, Mei is all about. Freeze that one unit and the rest of your teammates would be able to just zero him down immediately. And right here, Battle Valiant really have to try to recompose Teak because they only have this one last push that they have.
That's right, it's already taking down the 83%. They have to win, make or break this fight. There is the Earth Shadow coming in from Freeloader very shortly. Perhaps, you know, gotta take down the Ice Wall first. Amplification Matrix through there, but hey, look at that, there's a sneaky Lucio on point. But oh, Nathan with a huge Ice Spike through the brain here of Grid. Voila, there, look at him, they're holding him by the bridge. Oh, a huge whoop comes in, but oh, and that wants to kill him. The first point in this tower map.
Wow, I mean, this is a really good flip coming in from Bala Fantasy, right? Battle Valiant already held the point for about 75%, and Bala Fantasy pushed on, get the point, you know, get that really good zone with the ice walls and things like that. So Nathan on the Mei is really doing a lot of job coming in from Bala Fantasy. So Battle Valiant have to think about this. How are they gonna deal with Nathan on the Mei? You know, if those walls are just so pesky, they might have to find a way to get around those ice walls.
Yeah, that's right. They have to find a way to, you know, have a better mobility around the wall, or perhaps enough DPS to break it down. Maybe that's why perhaps they're bringing out the Symmetra. But hey, look at that. Lijiang Garden taken away by Bala Fantasy. Will they be able to take Night Market? That's the question here.
Yep, I mean, coming into Night Market, there's one big choke point, right? As you know, that main entrance into the temple is gonna be one of the main points coming in. And Bala Fantasy already got that front hold, that stronghold into the temple itself. So it's all down to Battle Valiant. How are they gonna match in this one? Because with Symmetra, all the turrets are just gonna be dealing so much damage as long as they walk through that door.
Yeah, but they are holding it pretty well. Note that Battle Valiant is no bunny. He had to walk all the way back to base just to swap out for the Reaper. He wasn't gonna stick with the Symmetra all the way through, but he is dealing enough damage. All Mei Ice Wall was almost able to get the charger, but hey, for the DQ up and running. But that's also the amplification matrix from Bala Fantasy. Trying to hold him at bay at this double choke point here. No flanks coming in from Battle Valiant because they're just so afraid that Lucio will whoop them off, right? So they just want to play safe, play right for the point here.
Yep, as you know, going straight on in this choke point, I don't think it's the smartest thing to do. You know, right here, you're just open range coming in from Bala Fantasy. They're just charging their ultimate so easily, so fast, and knowing that there will be Symmetra turrets around there as well. It's a little bit tricky coming in from Battle Valiant to just walk past this choke point.
That's right, and I just heard the data getting shut down. They are getting no value whatsoever. But Mei is just being such a huge nuisance right earlier, just making a single choke point rather than two choke points. And they are able to just constantly and consistently hold his point while their teammates come back. And I believe Freeloader had a huge impact kill onto the dead eyeing Cassidy that was speedy. And right now they do have the Graviton Surge. There is a D.Va to eat it up, but we just have to wait and see how they play it out.
Yep, I mean, even though with just the Graviton, it's probably not going to be enough, right? Like, you know, you could go by the sneak right and then go for the Graviton, but, you know, they really still have to try to find a way to finish off as the rest of the team don't really have much ultimates to just follow up as well.
Oh man, I just love what just happened. The counter ultimate against the Graviton Surge. Freeloader landed down the hammer there, preventing any more aggression towards the Graviton Surge, and that allowed them to just sustain even longer here on point. And Bala being such a nuisance here on point with the Symmetra turrets, you know, just gonna beam you down the moment you enter onto the point here. And Weimer has the Earth Shatter, lands onto... will that be enough? There is the counter Blizzard that is online. War Machine goes down for the count now. Bunny, the Reaper is just gonna hop around the side. He's just gonna try his best to get as much kills as possible. It is now overtime 0 to 99%. They have to find some way to take this side. That Blossom comes out, takes down one support, and that's basically it now. But look at that, Speedy doing massive damage as well. They should be able to have this point in the bag.
Wow, I mean, Battle Valiant coming in, you know, that is a big Death Blossom coming in from Bunny, taking out so many other units coming in from the opponent's side. Like, that is just gonna be might be able to flip this around. But that being said, Bala Fantasy is at 99%. One team kill, and that is it. Battle Valiant is just going down, and this map point is just going straight right into Bala Fantasy.
Yeah, I mean this will be a 1-0 in the favor of Power Fantasy. Just gonna see how they try to retake this point. They have the Diva up and running. The Earth Shadow coming up very shortly as well as the Symmetra Mode. They're just gonna push right in, then ball it up. That's right. Push in, run to the face. Oh, freezes the charge as well. High Noon comes out. Unfortunately, doesn't get any kills here. Does get a single kill for himself with his left click here. And Power Fantasy after the Earth Shadow follow up. I think that's all she wrote.
Yep.
Cancels the sound barrier as well.
All right, down goes that Lucio, and I think that is going to be it. Overtime running, and Battle Valiant is probably not going to be coming back to point anytime soon. There we have game number 1 going straight to Bala Fantasy. And as I said, they really have to try to hold off the point, and knowing that Bala Fantasy is just so aggressive, Battle Valiant didn't manage to just keep that up and just fell straight right into Bala Fantasy.
Oh yeah, here comes the 2K book coming in from Woo's as well. Look at that. Just so cheeky with this Lucio. But at the same time, I just love what Bala Fantasy did in Night Market, right? All you gotta do is just basically teleport straight onto point and just hold full control. While in the meantime, Battle Valiant, what they did was they teleport straight into the enemy choke point, and that didn't allow them to have any value whatsoever because they are already on point. So there's no point towards that.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest mistake that Battle Valiant actually did was to just force through that one choke point that actually did, right? Like they knew that they are not gonna make it through. The damage are not gonna be pushing through. The Mei is just gonna be freezing the Reinhardt and just destroying their tanks overall. So they are just so insistent going in from the front door and not going in from the sneak flank by the side gates. Like that might be the biggest problem coming in, and they're just so insistent with that, and they probably got punished for that.
I mean, I kind of get it, but yeah, they should at least send a couple of people towards the side flank, especially the Reaper, right? That's the point of the Reaper. You're here to flank and not just here up right in front of the enemy all the time. And I guess the fear was, Ooze, we just booped him off the map. And I mean, there is always a player's biggest fear in any of these maps, right? Even in Ilios, in Lijiang, the moment there's not 4 damage, right? A drop kill, a fall off kill, you just want to avoid the agents at all costs.
Yeah, so like it all comes down to Battle Valiant, right? This is a best of 3. They really have to learn off this one. Like if Bala Fantasy is just going to be sticking on to the Mei, the Reinhardt might not be as applicable in this context as well, right? Because as long as the Mei is just going to be targeting the Reinhardt, the freeze is going to be going through the shield, right? The Reinhardt is definitely going to get freeze, and down goes Battle Valiant's main tank, and that's probably just going to be a rollover coming in from Battle Fantasy. So Battle Valiant really have to go back to the drawing board. Are they really going to be sticking onto the Reinhardt, knowing that Bala Fantasy had a pretty decent Mei coming in as well?
Yeah, so a bit scary there, but that's basically it for Lijiang Tower. And the next map, of course, we will be diving into Hollywood, a hybrid map. One of those classic maps. I didn't like it at the start as well because that first point choke point at the archway, it's pretty scary, especially for an uncoordinated team. Like players can just hold there for ages and you just get stuck there forever. There's only like 2 ways to go in. There's the side control room and then of course through the main arch.
Main
From
gate.
there, you can go from either the high ground, which is a lot of what pro teams do, like just take control of the high ground, contest the cafe high ground, and maybe even go towards the flank, where the health pack is at, where the studio equipment's at. So there are technically 3 ways past the archway, but the thing is, you gotta get past the archway.
Yeah, I believe coming into Hollywood, right? I hope that we could see a little bit more like air unit, right? Like your Pharah, your Echo, like this champions, right? They will be these heroes. They will be able to push through via the air. So that's a little bit of something different coming in compared to Lijiang Tao. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me just bring you straight right into the next game, into Hollywood.
Right. In the US of A, of course, United States of America, only one of those fancy sets. And it has the same vibes as well as I believe Blizzard World as well, that very American aesthetic towards it. And I believe I would see I hope to see a pharmacy come out here because the pharmacy very potent on this map as well as the second point, in the Wild West setup. And it looks like Battle Valiant, they will be swapping out a player here for Pancake. All right. Gotta spice things up.
I would love some pancake, man. But there we have Battle Valiant on the attacking side as well as Bar Fantasies on the defender side. As we get to see a Bastion on their team composition. So that's
Oh,
something
something
that
cheesy.
they're gonna cheese it through. They got the Reinhardt and the Bastion and the Mercy as well. So the pharmacy going on as well. So I think Bala is just going to go for the choke point, death point, that kind of like composition. But Battle Valiant coming in, dive composition straight out, right? With the Winston, with the Diva, and with the Mercy as well. So this composition coming in, they're just gonna be diving in straight in, get the right unit. So that being said, Farah might be a little bit of a trouble coming in against Battle Valiant.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be very scary here. They do have a not a full-on dive con. They have two diving tanks here. But their soldiers. I mean, it should be able to buy enough time and space for Bunny and Speedy here to just pop off, right? There is of course the Mercy damage boost here, but the moment they pick around the archway, they know they smell trouble because they don't want to go up against that comp going on. Even the Pharah is hiding behind the Reinhardt shield, because it's like, might as well take free real estate there.
Yeah, because especially right here, right? Battle Valiant is all about aim. So as long as they got the right aim going through, right, the Farah is definitely going down, and they just gotta be, just have to sneak a little bit around that Bastion to just take it down. And especially this is what Battle Valiant is trying to do right now.
Oh, that is quite unfortunate. I believe the bubble was supposed to be up there on the platform and not below. So kind of a whiff here. They are letting Battle Valiant maybe go to the first tick of the point, almost to the first tick of the point here, but they're just kind of shutting him out and pushing him out right about now actually.
Yep. Yeah, I think because as of right now, Battle Valiant just being pushed back. Like, look at the damage coming in from Battle Fantasy. Like, they have so much damage, and Battle Valiant already know, right? They got the right way to just go through this arch point. So as long as they could get past this arch point, the point is definitely gonna be reachable to Battle Valiant's line of sight.
I mean, I would say so, but look at that. I love the positioning from Chenhausen here because he's able to deter the enemy from taking the high ground against them. That's trying to oppose them. But look at that. The Nano Winston comes in right on top of the cafe. Will they be able to shut down the monkey going bananas here? All in cafe, but that's a huge purple nade. Now the anti coming in from ASR. That is bad, and that is gonna allow them to just take this point more or less because there's only 2 or 3 players left remaining now and make that. Oh wait, hang on, I just heard something. I hear the Bastion out. Bastion coming out online. He's not getting any kills so far because the tag visor is just denying any value out of this Bastion. And there we go, the first point should be into Battle Valiant's favor.
Yep, especially like that is a good positioning coming in from Grid, right? Knowing that the Bastion already activated his ultimate, Grid having a really good positioning to just shelter the rest of the team to get that point, get as much as possible, and then they got capture the point, and they will be pushing their vehicle straight right into the end of this map.
But look at that, Bala opting out for the Genji this time. I hope to see some juicy plays, but there is of course no Ana on their side. Maybe, who knows, they may swap out for one Ana for the juicy Nano Blade. On the side of Battle Valiant, they have a very consistent Nano Tech Visor as well as the Nano Monkey. And there we go, the Diva Bomb comes out, kind of falls a bit flat there, falling in front of the saloon, general store. And currently Battle Fantasies, they are pushing out Battle Valiant out of the Wild West.
Yep, I mean Battle Valiant over here, if they got the point, they get to push the vehicle, the vehicle a little bit forward as well. Because right here, they just need to try to find a good fight. Because right here is just a straight choke point moving forward.
Oh, the Earth Shadow, there is enough follow-up from that, and trades will come out. And in the end, Battle Valiant turns out, they are able to deter the aggression from Bala Fantasy, and they're just gonna continue rolling down the Wild West.
Yeah, I think the Battle Valiant right here, they're just in a good position, right? And just regroup with the rest of the team, push the payload a little bit forward, a little bit more, inching a little bit more bit by bit, just with Grid pushing it all by himself. But there we have, Bala Fantasy might be in a little bit of a tricky situation, like going on for a tricky trick right here, from the top.
Oh, look at that, the fat anti again from ASR alongside with the Nano Monkey combo, but he's asleep now, but that was enough to push him the high ground. Alright, back to you, Mason.
So yeah, we get to see a little bit of the Nano Monkey for the second time. That Nano Monkey is really effective coming in for Battle Valiant. So Bala Fantasy knows what's up and immediately going for the sleep dart right there, and just stop the whole combo once and for all.
Yeah, just like that, they are able to use just what? There was two ultimates just to get this point. Bala just really low on health run. He does have the Dragon Blade, but he needs to heal up before re-engaging here. Looks like they are gonna opt out to just give them the point, but this is the point. This is the scary part. There is a chance for them to get staggered here. They are able to dive on him in the middle of this band here. That's a matter of when they want to dive in. Steve that shoots out, doesn't connect at all. They do have the D1 bomb as well as the tech visor, perhaps put the soldier on the high ground, go for the tech visor. Or maybe D-Mac that DOR as well for hitting. But hey, look, the precision kill comes out here from Bala Fantasy as well as the Dragon Blade. The Nano Blade actually, in fact, who does opt out for it. Bala going ham here. The huge 3K here, able to stop them right at the front gates here.
Yep, and for Battle Valiant, right, they are pretty okay dying just in front of the studio gates because the spawn point is just to the right of this gate. So coming back together, it's kind of like a team kill situation, team death situation right here. So regrouping for Battle Valiant is not too big of a problem. All they have to do is regroup and start pushing the payload once and just push it as much as possible because it's gonna be really tough for Battle Valiant, especially reaching the end point of this map.
They are able to just chug it down along, and there we go. There's the dead eye coming in from diagram, but they spot it out. They do get one of the support. There is no more nano boost coming in from Battle Valiant now. They have to wait at least 10 more seconds. But will they continue the aggression? Will they push more in? Bala Fantasy is taking full advantage. He's just going to dive right in and try to eliminate everyone on point. But look at that, Pancake does give the resurrection over to the ASR. Will he use it on the soldiers? That's the question here very shortly.
Yep, and that being said, coming in, let me bring your attention straight right into the ultimate department right here. Battle Valiant already got 4 ultimate charge ready to go. ID5, 78% ready to go as well. So I believe, Battle Valiant is just going to be really aggressive push, and they're just going to do a good push once and for all to just push the payload all the way to the end point.
Oh, but look at that. The Urshadow is able to at least get one knockdown here. Oh, there's the Nano right here. And the Diva Bomb comes in huge, but Chen Haoshen here. The 2K, they are going to be able to hold him back. And look at that. Battle Valiant, they use the data, they use the Nano Boost, they use the Valkyrie here. For what? For naught.
Wow, but Bala Fantasy, there's a really good stagger of ultimate coming in as well. So, but, right here, they really have to try to conserve it and play a little bit more defensively because they know Battle Valiant is just going in for a big strike coming in. So, they have to get their high ground ready. They have to get their defense position ready because they know Battle Valiant is coming in right about now.
Look at Bala Fantasy. They only have one blade. Make that no blade because Bala just got caught on here by Bunny. And this is gonna allow Battle Valiant to push up. And there we go. That's why I expected the high ground tech visor may be coming soon if they continue pushing this. Just gotta D-Mac that pesky Diva. He's just so low. There we go. D-Mac Diva. Oh no, that's actually Battle Valiant's Diva. It's Baby Diva mode now. Oh, a huge Helix rocket on top of the Paradox here. But he just gets bursted down by the dive comp here. Coming in from Bala Fantasy. There is going to be the Dead Eye coming up as well as the Earth Shadow. This can be a huge combo just waiting around the corner. There's only 24 seconds left on the clock, Mason.
Wow, I mean, this freeloader is just so annoying to be dealing with, right? He's always near the payload, he's always by them as clock is ticking down. 13 more seconds on the clock, and I think Bala Fantasy has a really good positioning on the payload right now. Battle Valiant, one last push. Would they able to push it through? And it's all down to them in about 3 seconds time.
Oh no, ID5, he loses the primary. He's all alone and he just gets shut down. And that's not what you want to see. And there comes the Diva Bomb. There comes all the other, but hey, look at that! Bala going huge with the Nano against the pocket. Drops the oops right on top of them. And they're gonna deny Battle Valiant of taking all the way to the third point.
Bala Fantasy, Bala taking the Fantasy to the next level with that 4 kills on that blade, ladies and gentlemen. And there you have, 2-0 for round 1. And we're going to be switching side right over here as well as Bala Fantasy will be on the offense for the next round.
All right, that was a bit spicy. Bala, I mean, they had it all in the mind, right? That's all planned. They had the Nano Boost, they had the Dragon Blade. Just wait for it, They're going to come back for one final push. Wait for them to come on side and then boom, pop it up and just eliminate all of them. And especially ID5, right? ID5 just got caught off there in the high ground all alone by himself. Although, yes, he had the primal rage, but you only have 1.5k health pool out of that primal rage.
Yep, and that's not enough, right? Like all alone by yourself as a monkey is not exactly enough compared to what amount of DPS coming in from Bala Fantasy. But coming in, Bala having a switch of hero as well, going in for the
Oh,
Doomfist. Which is
Doomfist.
pretty interesting pick coming in from Bala itself.
I mean, I like me a good Doomfist, right? Just come out right out of nowhere, just come and seismic slam you, uppercut, and then just right click you to death, just rocket punch you, man. It's so hard to survive a very good Doomfist as well, because the burst potential from him, just so much, and you get so much shield out of it, especially when you land it onto your opponents.
Yep, and there we have, the game is on right here. Bala Fantasy on the offense. He's really sticking onto Doomfist. So I think, we might be seeing a little bit of a direct aim onto the direct, target coming in onto the DPSs coming in from Bala's side.
I mean, he was trying to be a bit fancy there, trying to do some sick kicks here, and just try to get a huge pick off on the high ground, but they're just also tucked in by the stairs here. And of course, they're gonna take the high ground now. He's gonna go for a random charge here, trying to find someone. He sees the McCree, but the thing is, can he connect the hits? Yes, he can.
Ooh.
And there's the DPS down for Battle Valiant. The question is, will the restoration come in?
There's the pick that they are trying to look for. And there we have, Freeloader trying to do his thing once again.
Oh my goodness, Bala and Freelo just going ham on the opponents, and just like that, first point, team kill, all in the bag for Bala Fantasy.
Wow, that's a really, really easy capture coming in from Bala Fantasy, right? Go in with the Doomfist, get the right pick, get the DPS out of the way, and Freeloader just, on the point, being a freeloader, not exactly a freeloader, clear up the point and just take out as much of their opponent as much as possible. And that is exactly what Bala Fantasy is doing, and they're doing it really well. And right here is going to be on the payload right now.
Oh, look at that, they're taking full advantage of the high ground. Bala almost has the Meteor Strike. The only ultimate coming out for Battle Valiant at this point of time is the Tech Visor as well as the Primal Rage, but that's the thing, if Speedy can get this, he may be able to deny some high ground advantage towards Bala Fantasy. Just a matter of when. Who has the Nano Boost up and ready, could potentially Nano Boost the Doomfist perhaps, or maybe even the Reinhardt, but the Reinhardt, it's gonna be hard to catch up there.
Yeah, I believe Zuwu over here might be going in for a Super Reinhardt, like Nano Reinhardt, like that might be a good option moving forward as well, as Paradox already got that Transcendence ready as well.
Oh no, you just Nano Booster Sleeping Monkey, will that work out? Okay, the Primal Rage does come up for him. We'll be able to take down the McCree, I believe, if he lands his jumps here, just barely. There we go, finally. And he's able to come back on point. He's only at 64 HP. The double jump boost coming in, he is able to sustain and live another day. ASR is down for the count, so Nano Boost down. Oh, that's a huge kill here to Barney. And Offshatter not quite hitting, but only onto the ID5 here. Valkyrie comes off a pancake. Will be able to try to sustain his teammates here. Reinhardt just going ham in the middle of the salon. Does charge the Winston here, but look at it. The Ananate will save the Winston and take down the Reinhardt on the side of Bala Fantasy. Just gonna hold him just a little bit back, just for now.
Yeah, Bala Fantasy is pretty okay, right? All they have to do is just go back and regroup. They have the time, they have the manpower, they have Bala. So what's there to be afraid for Bala Fantasy? Go back, regroup, try to get a good push coming in, because all they have is just one big fight. Get the kill, get that team kill, and just push that payload into the next checkpoint as fast as possible.
And this would definitely be Bala's Fantasy to just get through with this Wild West point. Wild West is one of the more peskier points to take control, because all the high ground easily just pincer you down on the lower ground when you try to push aside. Look at it, they're just getting pushed off the high ground non-stop here. They just need to find some sort of way to push the point here, because the aggression coming from Battle Valiant is just way too much. And there we go, Speedy Tech Fighter does spot, but the counter support ultimate that will be the Transcendence is here to deny that. And Bala Fantasy has been having a few days, especially Bala himself. He's just been going ham.
Yep, and that is a really good, Transcendence coming in. Down goes the Mercy to Nathan as well. Nathan, on the killing spree, taking out every single support that he see and shooting it on sight. Bala Fantasy pushing the payload. Not gonna be a lot of resistance coming in for Battle Valiant, and Bala Fantasy is just leaving the Fantasy right now. 3 minutes, 50 seconds. There's too much time on the clock.
I mean, look at that. The point just right there in the middle. They have a lot of chance to just push through this. All they need right now is just a good fight. They do have the Meteor Strike as well as the Nano Ryan possibly coming up. Diva Bomb also up. So they just need to take this one got a good fight at the time, but looks like Bala's gonna cut out here on the high ground by the Reaper as well as the Cassidy. And they should be able to leave for another day, pushing back. Immortality coming in quite clutch. Oh, Diva trying to do something fancy and dropping the Diva Mountain just to try to push out. Very classic old trick, but unfortunately doesn't connect on anyone at all.
Yep, I think Bala Fantasy right here is just trying to waste out Battle Valiant's ultimate as much as possible. Another Death Lawson coming in from Bunny as well. So able to just get it Ana. So, that is it. Battle Valiant is kind of like out of ultimate at this point. Bala Fantasy is probably the time for Bala Fantasy to roll in right now.
I think Freeloader just kind of whipped his Earth Shadow there because I didn't see anyone lying on the floor there. So that's one ultimate now. They still have 4 ultimates, however. It should be enough to go against Battle Valiant's 2 ultimate. It's only gonna be a Nano Ryan, possibly an Earth Shadow, but he just needs just one good Earth Shadow to land this fight. But look at the Nano. Doomfist gonna come through, get the huge kill, but then ID5 Earth Shadow down to a 2 to 3. He gets a 3k, he 3-piece for himself. But Bala still up and running. He's gonna let up the meteor strike and doesn't connect onto anyone, but there is the shield. He's gonna hit right back. That's a fight lost there. But hey, I just heard the amplification matrix being popped here by Venom Valiant. They don't want to use it right now because it's quite a waste. They're trying to take full advantage of this situation. Doesn't connect anything to the Deadeye. Goes right in while frontlining McCree. Doesn't stun the Reinhardt, and they should be able to push this round to point. And there we go. Map number 2 into Bala Fantasy's favor.
Wow, there you have it. Congratulations, Bala Fantasy, for taking map number 2. And that is going to be match point for this series. And oh my goodness, man. Bala with the player of the game as well. Genji, this is going to be the triple kill coming in from the blade as well. And dude, that Nano Bala, I would say it's not even Nano Doomfist, guys. It's Nano Bala of that one. That's a really good push coming in for him to just close off the game.
Oh man, God, I love that Nano Blade. Every time a Nano Blade comes up, just gotta watch it and hear it out and see where he prioritizes his targets, right? Especially when I believe they were like Battle Valiant, they're just so tightly packed together. The supports, the defense, all clumped up. The moment that you hear the Nano Blade, you want to split. Or at least trying to find a sleep on top of the Genji, but unfortunately towards the end, they just got severely caught out.
Yeah, I mean, the target is definitely going to be like, support first into DPS and then, finish up with the tank if you're lucky enough to just get a few damage in. And with the Nano Blade, Nano Blade, yeah, with the Nano Blade, it's just going to be doing so much damage, right? It's literally 1/1 kill for the Genji at that point in time. So you don't really want to be sticking together as what you said and split up as fast as possible. But then again, the question is, could you outrun that Genji coming straight at you at that point?
I mean, most likely not really. The moment you're in dash range, you just dash, left click, dash, left click, next, next. And that's how the cookie crumbles for a Nano Blade in general. I believe there were some really good outs as well coming in from the tank players. ID5 landed a pretty solid Earth Shadow towards the end, but Bala Fantasy, they managed to recover really quickly. Like the moment the fight ended, half of the team died, they managed to reset really quick and just take full advantage of the position because I believe Battle Valiant, they couldn't push up in time to take better control even of the high ground. And I believe the Cassidy just pushed straight up. I believe it was Nathan. Yeah, Nathan just pushed straight up, did the dead. I denied them of any space, just zoned them completely out, and were able to just have full reign.
Yeah, but I believe I like the moment where we get a Nano Doomfist, right? Like we usually see nano tech on the Reinhardt, right? Like things like Reinhardt, Genji, or even Soldier 76. But we seldom get to see it on the Doomfist. And Bala having that nano onto the Doomfist as well. Like he got a triple kill at that point in time. So
Yep.
that's a pretty good utilization coming in, knowing that you got a good player or a good player in a good position and just throw the nano on him and he's just going to be rewarding the whole team with your ultimate.
Yeah, I mean the sustainability coming in from the Nano Boost or giving you that extra damage resistance is basically all you need to let your Doomfist go and handle it, right? I mean that 50% damage boost as well, while just landing that one seismic step into uppercut combo. It's basically dead. I mean, even if she's still alive, just left click one time, definitely 100% dead. Unless you're just completely whiffing all of your skills, right? Bala did a great job there in general. Definitely, the DPS makes a good priority, but let's not forget, of course, about the supports there and the tanks. Without them, they wouldn't be, they wouldn't enable or allow their DPS to make such plays, right? So kudos to the DPS and the support players as well. Better villain, good try as well. Ultimately in the end, no, Buff they just got the upper hand this time round. And also later on, we will be watching game number 2 between Homie Home and Hell. I believe both of these teams are both secondary school and JCs hybrid. So I'm kind of excited to watch that. It will be coming up at I believe at 9:30. So we'll be going on a 10-minute break. So most likely we'll see you guys then.
Yep, don't go anywhere, guys. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Singapore Collegiate Clash Overwatch 2021. Brought to you guys by Blizzard Entertainment, Unico, Antidote Studio, All For You, and Print Clouds. My name is Moonboy. I'm joined by Twilight right over here, and it's not exactly Twilight Zone yet, but hey, we got him right here. So how are you doing, man? And what do you expect from today?
Well, I think we had a pretty great game number 1 that we just saw. And I'm anticipating even more for game number 2 for sure between Homie Home and Hell. And on the side, of course, all these people, they're from secondary schools, they're from JCs, they're a very mixed team. And I'm just anticipating to see more juicy plays coming out from them in general. So let's take a look at who is on the side of Homie Home, of course. Some of these players, of course, very brand new faces here. People like Tori Toto and QT. Kuiti, yeah, and then there's a Chinese words here, Baike, Biker. Yeah, my Chinese isn't so good. How about you, Mason? Is your Chinese better than mine?
Bygate? I think it's Bygate. Let's go with Bygate.
I'm so sorry if we butcher your name. So do correct us. There's the other DPS is gonna be Gomi. That's gonna be Chippy and Lol UE on the support as well. That's all she wrote for Homie Home. And of course, on the side for Hell, we do have Joshi Doge, Racer Boy, Aiden. We have Coca Cola. It took me a while. I kept reading it like 3 times. I'm like, Coke, but it turns out it's Coca Cola. There's Helios and Paper Bear. That's interesting. I do know a player called Paper Bag. So this is maybe his cousin, or perhaps maybe it is paperback. But we'll find out later on when we head into the game. Of course, the first map that we'll be heading to is Nepal, all the way up in the Himalayas. Nepal, one of the more fun CP maps that I unfortunately do not enjoy as much. Because due to the very tight chokes here, it's very easy to manipulate, especially when you just go out right in front of their base, the main arch. It just prevents them from coming in on the point for Sanctum. And along, I believe on Village as well. Village, another very pesky map as well. Very tight choke point, as well as Shrine. I think about it. All 3 maps here has a very, very strong choke point, and whoever controls the choke point is probably the victor of this game.
Yep, definitely, right? And coming in into the second map, we're going straight right into King's Row for a hybrid map as well. So as you said, it's gonna be really choke point focused, and it's all down to that one opening coming in from King's Row, right? And we are likely to be seeing a little bit of Air Force unit coming in as well. Like Farah might be able to fly through over the choke point, or even like Soldier 76 or Widowmaker going for a really sneaky line right on the right side of the building on the second floor as well.
And then, of course, for our decider in this best of 3 series will be Rialto. I believe all the way set in Italy. I gotta double check that actually.
France. Wait,
Is it France?
is Italy or
Oh,
France?
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, it's Italy. It's Italy. Yeah, it's set in Venice. I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think this is also quite a narrow kind of like map as well, right? So it's all of is the payload is just going to be moving through really narrow walkways and things like that. So players have to be the defender would have a little bit of a better position coming in compared to the attacker in this map as well.
Yeah. And I believe I hear the players, of course, gonna hop into the lobby. They're getting ready to head into the game. So, what's game number 1 or round number 1? The Paul. Welcome. We will look at this wonderful view here. And looks like it is Paperback. Yeah, Paperback 3000. Very familiar player. If I'm not wrong, he was a Grandmaster support player and I didn't know he'll be playing here today.
Yep, I mean, coming in, knowing that they already have, like, Elo Hell have a really strong player coming in for this matchup, and coming in, looking at the team composition, we got to see Racer Boy on the helmet, but Homie Home has yet to decide on the lock in into the team composition that they are looking for. But we might get to see a Sigma and Orisa for our very first time for tonight.
Oh, that's gonna be a first for sure. As I try to, just look around the map here. Give me a second here. Can go on for a bit. Give me a second.
Yep. So right here, Homie Home is really going to have a little bit of a more barrier, kind of composition coming in. They got Orisa on the barrier as well. They got Sigma that's having like absorption and barrier also. So Homie Home is going for a little bit more defensive, while Elo Hell on the other hand is going in for a really, really offensive, right? They got at the Cassidy, they got the Farah as well, and not forgetting the pharmacy is going to be on the side of Elo Hell. So that Farah is going to be really, really pesky to be dealing with. But ladies and gentlemen, while we go for a short pause right here coming in for this game.
Yeah, and I believe my screen just went black. So I guess it's gonna give me a second here to, reconnect and see what you guys are looking at. Now it sounds like a very juicy team combat as well. I heard a pause coming up as well. So that's gonna be something juicy as well to watch later on as I try to make my way back into the screen here.
Don't fade out.
So hey, so have your day been?
Don't fade to the Twilight Zone, Twilight. Come back.
I'm too far in the Twilight Zone.
Come
I
back.
unfortunately cannot see anything anymore. I can't tell if looking at myself.
So yeah, so I think coming in, like looking at the team composition coming in from Homie Home, right? They have pretty interesting team composition, right? They had the Orisa, they had Sigma, they got Ash, and Birgitta. So it's something that
Whoa.
like this composition don't exactly is not exactly like meta pick coming in. But what do you think?
I mean, Brigitte is one of those picks that we do usually see from time to time. She's definitely a very fun hero to play in general,
Mhm.
and I hope to just anticipate a lot of juicy inspire heal boosts here. The rally is gonna be able to allow him to take control to point deny those one shots from the if they do have a nano blade in the future, deny that as well. I would say Brigitte or Baguette is one of those very crucial heroes in death ball combat as well.
Mhm.
But I gotta take a look at the combat as we pause the game later on, so I can dissect the team comp furthermore.
Yeah, but it seems like they are like what you said, right? Dive ball composition, like that's a possible way, right? They got the Torbjorn on the back line just now, and then they got the back covered, and then they're just gonna be pushing forward with the Sigma and the Bagita as well. So it looks pretty offensive, like it looks pretty like death ballish, like they're just gonna be pushing through. But on the other hand, the opponent side, Elo Hell, they got a really good pharmacy composition going in as well, and knowing that map that they're going to be on got a big hole in the middle, right? So there might be a chance that booping might be involved as well.
I mean, yeah, I mean, especially what was the first match? I couldn't really quite catch it just now. Was it Shrine or was it Sanctum?
Things got Shrine, the
Uh,
one with the
uh,
big hole in the middle.
Oh, okay, that's Sanctum. So
Yes,
yeah, a lot of scary moments there. One of my least favorite maps in Nepal because yeah, like I mentioned, the moment you get the enemy gets control of the choke point, you are more or less pretty much screwed because you have to find a way to break through with ultimates or perhaps send someone to the sideline, at least a flanker, a tracer, or maybe a Genji, and then have your Winston jump in right on top of maybe the supporting DPSs at the slightly further back a bit. That should be able to break through, and there we go. We are gonna hit back right into the game now. Gonna be on pause here, and oh, I see. Okay, that will be a wrecking ball here, and I see an Ash, I see a Tobin, I see a Sigma. Not something you always see. No, so far we've been watching for the past few days.
Yep, and not getting Razor Ball going in for the switch to that Reinhardt as well. Homie Home
Oh,
already got the pole position onto that choke point also. And that being said, Elo Hell got to try to find a way out of this particular hole that they're going to be in.
yeah, it's either they wrap around throughout the right side of their map, and that's what they're gonna do right now. That's right. They have to wrap around and then try to find a way to approach onto the point, or perhaps even contest where they are currently at. But look at that, they're going the merry-go-around. They're coming all the way, they have to destroy the. There we go, the death ball comes right in, but look at it, they're playing ring around the rosies at this point of time. The Orisa hold comes in pretty clutch as well, but look at it, the May Ice Wall does catch on the tank. There is the Immortality Field, no one is shutting it down as well. Immortality Field being popped here by Elo Hell as well. They're just trying their utmost best to take control now, but Hell, they do have the point now. And now it's Homie Home's turn to try to take control of this.
Well, that is a big wall coming in from Coca-Cola, right? Just, jamming the rest of Homie Home behind, and they got a really good position, and they just flow straight right into the point, get that point, and get your positioning right. And that's exactly what Coca-Cola did with that big wall.
Oh, Paperback may want to stick onto the hill, but a huge boop comes in. There goes all the main tanks from Quincy. Down for the count. They need that Orisa to sustain just a little bit longer. Because of that, they have to just back up just a bit. But look at the gravity. Well, comes in from the Sigma, does take down the main. This should be enough for them to retake the point yet again. Aiden does try to push up as much as can, but the Molten Core pops here by Biker here. Gets a huge 2k. Aiden going for the reset, and looks at a big boop as well coming in from Sigma, Tori Turtle.
Wow, I mean, as what you said, right? This map is just really scary because of that big hole in the middle. As we already seen like 3-4 hero just dropping in because of booping. So they have to be really careful of their positioning. Even an Orisa could be booped in the map like this. So they have to be really good and really careful of their positioning. Because right here, Evil Hell is just going to be pushing through into the middle map.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful ice ball from Coca-Cola. Able to split the team into half, but look at that. Sigma is able to at least get the kinetic grasp and just absorb as much damage as possible, but Bob gets popped as well by Gomi here. They should be able to hold it for just a little bit longer, but looks like a little bit of a whiff here by Aiden. I probably maybe just want to reset actually, now that I think about it.
Yep, I believe that is going to be a reset coming from Aiden, right? Not allowing Homie Home to get any charge on their ultimate as well. And coming in, Coca-Cola already got the Blizzard ready. Blizzard into a Diva Bomb. Like, that is also a possible combination coming in. But, that being said, we don't have really much enough time. And there we have Homie Home taking home map 1 for the first round.
Alright, not too shabby from Homie Home. They're having a field day here in Nepal. We're just going to have to watch and see what is map number 2. And map number 2, it's going to be Village.
Yep, I think the Village coming in is the same old thing, right? It's going to be that one big choke point in the middle, and then and the fight is probably going to be around the point in a sense. Like, they're just going to be defending the wall once they're into that choke point. And I think, coming in, a team composition with Symmetra would be working really well. And that being said, both teams already got their Symmetra picked in their lineup.
Yeah, I mean, the Symmetra, is very essential here to just get just a head start, right, for your team to just teleport closer to the side and then after that swapping out. But you see, are they gonna really commit the Symmetra? Only Gomi, from what I can see, Gomi is gonna be the one committing the Symmetra. Aiden swapping out back to the Reaper. And look at that, Elo Hell is already right on the point. 15 seconds to the point of blocks as well. Aiden a bit late behind for the party because he was the one swapping out. His team has to back up here and bring him towards the point, but Gomi already has the first blood here on top of Coca-Cola. Oh, Immortality Fuel should be able to sustain them just a bit longer here. And the Homie Home, they just have this in the bag at this point of time. They have control of the choke point. Gomi goes for the 2k here. Kichi, this is going to hold it all the way. This very dangerous choke point.
Wow, Homie Home really aggressively, being really aggressive right over there as well, right? And that being said, Aiden going back, switching straight right into the Reaper, that might have set the team back a little bit more because they are really missing 1 DPS while the rest of the team is in the fight.
That's right, and look at that. How deciding to go for the high ground. Good play, but too bad. That's a May here. It's a bit dangerous. Peachy does have the Earth Shadow ready. He could potentially go in for a fat, juicy one, but I don't think he needs to, as how they're kind of falling apart at this point of time. Oh, but how they're trying to make some kind of play just to contest the point, scare Homie Home just a bit, but they have full radar now. They have the high ground. They should have no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, things are really looking really bad for Elo Hell right now. Like, they can't exactly get past any choke point at this point in time because Homie Home got their defense all rounded. They got that May with their wall. They got, the Gomi with the turrets as well. So it's gonna be a really hard time for Elo Hell to get a good push.
Oh, look at that! 5-man Shadow Gun from Quincy, and that should be able to stop the entire push. And that's basically the only ultimate thingy. But look at that, the Gomi is gonna pop the barrier as well, just in case. And that will be the team kill. Spiker, he tried he tried a good job to ward him off. I tried to split the team, but unfortunately, unfortunately, it kind of led into their favor as well, as everyone was just trapped out there. Couldn't really avoid the Earth Shadow whatsoever.
Yeah, big team Q coming in from Homie Home. And that being said, the counter is going to be at 75%. And this might be the only chance to push for Elo Hell. And they are going to be pushing it with all their might. Big Maywell coming in. And Homie Home have to defend it with their life.
Oh, look at that. Earth Shadow as well as the Blizzard being popped here. Will there be a chance? A lot of people on the side of Elo Hell are just kind of frozen. And I see blues coming out in the favor of the scoreboard. So far, anyway, they're still trying to contest and fight. Oh, huge charge lands on the creature here, the main thing. And as well as the Death Blossom, a 3k Death Blossom comes out for Elo. They are able to sustain this one and a huge 5k impact for Aiden.
Wow, because right here the coin have really flipped. Elo Hell has exhausted most of their ultimate in that big fight right over there as well. As Homie Home, they got 30-30 on the Diva Bomb, and Gucci is gonna be catching the Earth Shadow really soon as well. So it's gonna be straight out. The coin has to flip straight right into Elo Hell position. It's all down to Homie Home. How are they gonna be flipping the coin?
Oh no! Look, they just went straight to point and they have it. It's 83%. They're just gonna have it to overtime. Blizzard comes in from Elo Hell as well as the amplification meter. They are able to push him off point. Stop them at 89%. Let's hold a bit longer, but the barrier comes on from Symmetra. The Earth Shadow strikes and look like he's gonna land onto anyone whatsoever. Earth Shadow comes in from Razor Boy, lands on the Diva as well as the Lucio, I believe, but unfortunately, it would have been enough fireball. I see blues in the scoreboard now as they are able to take this back from 89%.
Wow, big flip coming in from Homie Home, and they just gotta be holding it for about 6 more seconds time. Could Elo Hell get onto the spot right here, right now with the hammer?
Well, he is able to bring it to overtime, but will the rest of the team be able to follow up? There is Spikers, Blizzard coming around the point. It's very hard to come on. They are just howling bodies at this point of time, but Gomi, just the sentries are just doing so much work. And there we go. First map, game number 1, Nepal into the favor of Homie Home.
Well, I mean, there is a really good team composition and good team play coming in from Homie Home, right? They know their timing, like, they try to take advantage of Elo Hell, especially when Aiden was away from the early game of the, coming in late. But there you have a really good Death Blossom coming in from Aiden, taking out 3 men in the process, and 4, including this Diva, and that is just a good Death Blossom coming from Elo Hell. It's okay to lose this map, but we got that play of the game.
That's right, and looks like Omion will be going up the score by 1, and Elo Hell, well, they're gonna try better in the next map. That is, of course, King's Row, a hybrid map of the classic, Southeast Asian picks here. We always like to go King's Row. For some reason, we always like King's Row.
I mean, King's Row is a really fun map, right? Like, I personally enjoyed the map when I was playing, right? Like, the choke points is kind of like challenging at the same time. But for the defender, it's not exactly that easy to defend. It's not just one choke point. You have to take care, you have to cover the top side where, there might be a chance of a sniper coming in as well. So, and this is a really good map where Widowmaker and Hanzo will be shining a little bit more. The snipers have a good positioning for this map. So it's all down to this one. Like, we might get to see some sniper or maybe some Pharah or Echo coming in this matchup.
I hope so. I mean, air control in the first point of King's Row. It's kind of a do or die kind of thing. You gotta maintain the high ground, get the air control, and just get free reign as well. But you gotta see where the defenders are. It's either they're up front at the choke, around the fountain, back all the way into their archway, or even their high ground. It really boils down to those details, right?
Yeah, but it's really down to this one. And the tanks have a really big part to play, especially from both sides. Be it you're from the attacker or defender, we might get to see a little bit of Winston, just going in for the dive comp might be a good opposition for the attacker. But however, from the defender side, we are likely to be seeing like things like Reinhardt or Orisa, something that are more barrier kind of like composition, and those might make a difference coming in the early games in the very first map.
Yeah, we may see a Sigma as well. Sigma or Orisa, perhaps. One of those combos, maybe even a Bastion. Just depends on how cheesy the teams want to play here with those cheesy strats. All these are the things that could potentially happen. So far, I don't think anyone. I saw a Genji earlier, but I don't think he's a Genji main per se. So
Mhm.
perhaps we should anticipate a lot of those hit scan heroes, probably like Soldier, McCree, Reaper, those up close and personal. Mm, I foresee perhaps most likely both teams will be running the Reinhardt. It's either that or it's a Diva Winston combo. Other than that, just gotta wait and see.
I mean, we can't discount the fact that Hammett might be a good point for a little bit of like, power driver into some disruption kind of like
That's true.
dive, right? Like, that is also a possible play coming in for the offensive, for the attacker side of the field. So this might be a little bit of a interest play, right? Like dive composition. We haven't really seen a perfect full on dive composition today. So if this King's Row, this might be a good map for a dive comp.
I mean, it is bringing back to the old days. I mean, the old days more likely leading towards the very death body comp, right? Especially
Mhm.
like the Death Blossom Nano in season 2. Season 3 was, I believe, the triple tank meta. And season 4, yeah, if I'm wrong, it went up to 4 tanks even. That was season 5 maybe even.
Yeah, four
But right
tanks.
now we are like what, season 33 I think right now. So that's a long way we've come into Overwatch.
Yeah, this game has really came a long way, man. I think like I was playing like season 2 or 3, like no day, no night, every day.
Right, right,
Yeah,
every day, all the way.
that's just so excited. Like this game is just so exciting to me. Like it's so fun and nothing beats that game at that point in time.
I mean, I just grinded my hours away in Overwatch. Like, I just kept spamming Ryan. I just kept spamming Winston as well. And then eventually, like, I started playing the team. That allowed me to just further up my skill level as an individual player as well as a team player. Able to dual queue or even solo queue all the way towards like Grandmaster. But that was pretty long ago. That was season 3. Still pretty long ago. I mean, up to season I think 9, I kind of stopped there, but just fell off short of Grandmaster, just mostly masters at high masters. And I mean, I did play every now and then a couple of times, like throughout like maybe season 17 and then like season 25 or something. Just for fun. And yeah, the meta changes a lot, and I can feel my skills degrade over the time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us just cut the small talks right over here as we bring you straight right into King's Row. And there we have Homie Home on the defense, and Elo Hell will be on the offense for the very first round. So it's gonna be and there's a little bit of roster change coming in from Elo Hell as well.
Oh yeah, Big Bulge as well as Helios will be now active and online. Actually, no, I think Helios was there just now. No, it's just a Big Bulge. Yeah, very interesting name, but we'll just take it at Big Bulge.
Yep, and Homie Home, we are trying to hide in the statue while Elo Hell already got the upper hand with the high ground as well. So it's gonna be, this is kind of interesting coming in from the movement coming in from both teams.
They just of course Elo Hell doing the smart thing here, just gonna do a full on rotation into Homie Home's high ground, and Homie Home just gonna play on the point. You gotta come down anyway, so you have no choice but to come and contest here.
Yep, I mean this is a really good like positioning, right? Having both teams having Reinhardt, as we said, Diva in team composition as well. But I think the wild card right here is definitely gonna be that Mei. Whoever have that Mei who able to control the opponent with the freezers, like that is gonna be the crucial point coming in this matchup.
That's right, and there's ice wall after ice wall after ice wall, and things they still it doesn't look like more like a stalemate so far. Peachy trying to get that Earth Shadow landing up. Yeah, he does land here onto 3. They are able to push Elo Hell back away from this point. A 5-player kill streak, or even 6 for Peachy.
Wow, I mean this is a really good team fight coming in, right? Homie Home got, even though they got pushed back into the zone as well, but that they really charged up their ultimate really fast. Like take a look at the comparison coming in. Even though Homie Home already used the Earth Shatter, they still have 3 more ultimate ready to fire.
That's right, look at that. Is there something cheesy coming from him? Just surprising the heck out of Elo Hell right now. The baby Diva just gonna get shredded here. Lucio May also down for the count. Look at that. They're just gonna head back into their base, trying to prevent a stagger, and do not look too bad. Stagger happened.
Wow, I mean, Homie Home really pushed Elo Hell all the way back to spawn. Like, Homie Home is just, it's such a great position right now. 4 ultimates ready to fire. Lucio at 75%. I think, Elo Hell is just really have to think really hard. How are they going to push through this matchup against Homie Home? Because it's just a big struggle coming in for them.
I mean, they're just pushing in too much into Homie Home, right? Because Quichy, he has his second Earth Shadow. They're really feeding his ultimate now because, like, in 2 fights, he has 2 ultimates. It's gonna be disastrous for Elo because the moment that Earth Shadow lands, it's gonna be huge. Ice Wall lands in the back. All the ultimates coming in from Elo. At least 3 comes in. But here the counter ultimates are just popping off left, right, center, all over the place. But who is gonna come out on top? Quichy lands a decimating Earth Shadow as well. And Homie Home, they're gonna hold this defense yet again. They're gonna just stagger this baby diva.
Wow, I mean, that's a really good ultimate coming in from Yuki, right? Like, Yui, like, coming in with that Lucio ultimate, saving the team at the very last moment, because at that point in time, with so many ultimate, the team is probably really low. And Yui, with that big ultimate coming in from the Lucios, allow that team to survive, push a little bit further, trap that diva in that thing, stagger their spawn, waste a little bit of time. 40 seconds on the clock. This could end in just the first part of the game.
Oh, but look at it. The ice wall from Aiden is enough for Homie Home to just get obliterated in the hotel. And just a team kill coming in from Elo Hell. Well played. But there is only 20 seconds left for this point. So it's going to add some additional bonus time relatively soon. I believe will be, yeah, there we go, 2 minutes and 30 seconds for Elo Hell to push this card all the way through the streets of Kings Road.
2 minutes 40 seconds is not exactly a very long time, and that being said, the streets of Kings Road is just so tight and narrow. Like, it's just really difficult for the attacker to push any further. Like, look at this. Homie Home already got their positioning right, got about 4 kills at a point in time, and Elo Hell is still struggling with just 1 Mei on the payload.
Okay, I just love how the Baptiste and the Diva just came up from the top window to support their Reinhardt and Cassidy at the other side of the ice wall. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I mean, the Homie Home is really gelling together as a team. Like, they know where is their tank going. Guichi is going to go in the offense, and he got the support from his support players, and he got nothing to be afraid of at that point in time.
Look at that, Elo Hell, they just want to take that. They want to drop on top of Homie Home, but Homie Home, they notice Diva Bomb going to the back line there while catching no one, unfortunately. Oh, the Thumbbrian lands perfectly right as the Earth Shadow hits from Homie Home, so no damage done there. The counter out is real, but a blizzard coming in from both mains. Look at this giant freezing field. But Big Boss taking full advantage of this, drops the Death Blossom onto 2 here, and Elo Hell, they are able to continue pushing this card into the streets of King Road.
Exactly, Elo Hell is just doing a really good push coming in, and Big Bouch, knowing that both Blizzard is off, like that might be his good opportunity to strike. He took that opportunity, he took that kill, and he allowed his team to push the payload a little bit more successfully, and they already got the high ground in the streets of Kings Road.
That's right, they are trying to push up here, perhaps to the 3rd point, and try to get as much control as possible. But Joshi here, he is on the baby diva. I was trying to get the mech up and running again because it's gonna be a bit scary. And Gomi gonna opt out here for the Symmetra.
I mean, that's a really good pick coming in, right? Knowing that, moving straight right into street, into the next part of this map as well. The Symmetra with the turrets and teleport, that teleporter, you could make a lot of good positioning for the teammates.
Yeah, but Elo Hell, they are just, taking these streets pretty easily so far. Homie Home just trying to buy as much time as possible. It took them about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to push him all the way down. Now they're gonna get 1 minute and 30 seconds more to push it towards the end here in the 3rd point of King's Row.
Yep, time is really running really short over here for Elo Hell. They got the momentum going, and they need this momentum to stick with them. So, they're just going to be pushing in straight right again and again and again, just trying to bash it through Homie Home's defense. And things twists and turns is just going to get narrower at this point in time, and Homie Home got a better positioning compared to Elo Hell.
Oh, I can see the charge trying to prevent the enemy Reinhardt from blocking the Diva Bomb, but right now Death Blossom again coming from Big Bouch. No issue whatsoever. I love the combo from Joshi Doge and as well as Big Bouch. It just defense matrix the Reaper and just stop them from being able to shut him down whatsoever. Currently 1 minute left. They're almost pushing it towards the end. They have the snowball. They have the momentum. Teleporter dropped on top of the card here. They're trying to prevent anything, and a kind of maybe a one-man Earth Shatter coming in. But then again, you know what? They have the Blizzard here again. They are able to just freeze up so many people on the point, and they are able to just shred one by one from each individual of Homie here.
2 more meter to push the payload straight right into the endpoint. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hell taking this round 1 3-0 with a completion of the map, and the pressure right now is going to be a Homie Home. How are they going to do this? Are they they really have to try to push in 3 points as well, because with 35 seconds on the clock for Hell, it's going to be really tight for Hell. As long as Homie Home get to push that payload straight right into the endpoint, get 3 points, have a little bit more time compared to Hell, they might have a good chance to go up against this map.
Yeah, I mean, Homie Home, they did a really good job in defending overall, but we have to see how are they gonna attack. Their first point defense was super solid, and it bought a lot of time against Hell. I have a feeling Homie Home. My predictions here. I think Homie Home may be able to push it towards the end without much issues. But then again, you don't know what Hell has up in their strat book.
Wow, I mean, look at the team composition over here. It's gonna be a Sombra change coming in from Biggie, Torty Turtle on that Rojo, and Guichi on the Hammond. Like, this composition looks really juicy, and I'm not sure if they're really going through with this, but if this is gonna go through, I think that Sombra EMP is just gonna be so devastating coming in for Hell.
But the thing is, they need something to combo up here with that the EMP, right? And okay, that will be the Death Blossom. Following up, there will be the Diva Bomb and Winston. So okay, shouldn't be much of an issue. We will be having the Moira as well as the Lucio for the support in terms of Homie Home.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Homie Home's team composition right over here is definitely going to be diving, right? They're going to be diving, coming in with the Winston. Sombra is going to be getting a little bit of a sneaky hex right and left as well. So this is going to be pretty interesting coming from Homie Home.
Yeah, see, look at that. No issue whatsoever for Hell at this point of time, but Gomi is able to get a pick here onto the enemy Reaper. So, trade queues come on, but Homie Home, they gotta fall back here. They gotta just stay fast, charge up the ultimate, and then go and re-engage again. They don't want to feed too much out charges towards Homie Home. As Kuichi only has 3% charge right now because he just swapped out.
Yep, I mean, swapping out in this one might be a good choice, right? Knowing that your Winston is not gonna last in this type of fight, in this team composition, knowing that your opponent have that Mei, the Winston is probably gonna get freeze. The full dive with the Winston might not be the smartest choice coming from him.
That's right, but look at that big bot from the backlines. No one anticipated that, and they are able to just shred the backlines of Homie Home, and perhaps they have to back up here and push another day because they don't have a frontliner anymore.
Yep, and the big Bouch already has been doing so much job, since the previous round. Like, we've seen big Bouch, going in with a really good Death Blossom here and there, and we might be able to expect a little bit more coming in this game number 2. But big EMP coming in for Biggie.
But then again, look at the pillback. He does have the Sound Barrier to counteract the EMP. The Moira out as well, countered totally here. There is the Death Blossom and Diva Bomb. Maybe they should have waited for that combo instead. But at this point of time, how they're having a very good defense, and Homie Home, they're gonna opt out to change out for the Baptiste here.
Well, I think, the Baptiste right over here with the Invulnerable might be a little bit of, might be good enough, right? So this change might be great, knowing that the Moira already exhausted her ultimate previously as well. So this change might be beneficial coming in from Homie Home.
Right, they are pushing it off the point, but there will be the Blizzard here from Aiden, as well as the counter Diva Bomb will be able to just stop the Immortality feud. That's about it. There is 4 ultimates from Elo, and there we go, the double Death Blossom. They will trade out here. Earth Shatter as well being committed here. Homie Home, they may be able to take this one here. Sound Barrier gives enough support and help here for Homie Home, and with 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, they should be able to capture this one. They're just trying to take out the last remaining Diva here. And there we go.
Well, a big play coming in is going to be that Sound Barrier coming in from Yui, right? Without that Sound Barrier, this team wouldn't be able to get that push that they need, the additional barrier, additional health that is required of this push. Homie Home managed to just push it off 3 minutes 43 seconds, and that is probably going to be sufficient time coming in for Homie Home to push that payload down the street.
That's right, homie home. They have the Earth Shadow. They just need to find the perfect timing here. However, you know how they do have the Diva Bomb counter, and look at Gomi. Gomi just sneaking up all the way around the bar tavern here.
Yeah,
Look
but
at
I
this.
think, coming in from the street, Gomi is gonna have a really good opening, right? He got that really good sneaky over on the bar side as well. He got the backline flank, and not getting with this street being so narrow, and the Earth Shadow is gonna be devastating if he ever hits.
Oh, Earth Shadow doesn't connect in the end, however, there was just a barrier in the way, I believe. And looks like, they will be committing two ultimates here and getting two ultimates from this fight. That will be the Blizzard and Earth Shadow. So far, very convincing fashion in the streets of King's Row in the favor of Elo Hell.
Yeah, I mean, Elo Hell is just doing such a great job defending the payload at this point in time. Like, all they have to do is just keep up this work, not allow Homie Home to get any momentum, to just continue his push and just, defend it. Like, just cut the momentum short and just capitalize on this one and just waste as much time as possible against Homie Home.
Yeah, look at that. Yet again, the Diva Bomb, the Blizzard, the all armors popped from both sides. Earth Shadow, however, will not be popped because sadly, Razor Boy, he's dead. But they don't really need it in the end. I mean, they have the defense in the back.
Yep, things are not looking really, really bright coming in from Homie Home, right? Like, they're missing their ultimates. Like, everything is just not landing for them at this point in time. Like, they have to get their grip right. They have to get their momentum. They have to get their mentality straight right together. If they're not going to get this one, it's going to be a really tough fight coming in, the really tough push for Homie Home on the streets.
So far, they are giving Homie Home the space here to just breathe just a while longer. So this is interesting. They are deciding to opt out for the fight towards the third point. I guess this is where they want to be it and all, right?
Yeah, probably, right? So Elo Hell is already in position in the final choke point and not allowing them to get that point. So it's probably going to be down to this fight. If Homie Home could, capitalize on this fight, like, they are going to be getting the second point. They will be moving straight right into the third segment of this match.
Oh, Shadow lands on the two here from Razor Boy. This should be able to deter him just a bit longer, but Peachy will have a hammer down of his own. Man, especially with the combo up with that Blizzard, I don't think Elo Hell stands a chance here towards the third point. They just gotta get rid of that pesky May on point.
Yep, and there we have, second points going straight right into Homie Home's pocket in about 2 minutes time. And there we have it, 2-3, and the clock is still running, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And this is going to be a big push coming in. Homie Home going to be pushing this payload with their life if they really want to try to get this point and get match point and have an early night for them.
I mean, they want to, of course, GG go next, right? They want to have the rest of the night off and just relax after winning this part of the qualifier, this round robin qualifier. And Kuichi here getting caught off here by a good Symmetra. Well, should be able to deny a lot of damage. Oh, huge charge here onto the Lucio, but counter charge comes in from Razor. That blossom right in the middle of everything, but there is a Diva Matrix here to prevent everything from dealing damage. Self-destruct right in between the two walls as well. This is just havoc all across the board, but who is coming out on top here? Homie Home, they're still able to sustain and push his payload, but look at that. May is just on the front being a huge nuisance. May has to back up, reload and help. The Baptiste doing so much healing from Helios here. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. They have a 5-man push on the card right now. They're just pushing all the way to the hand. Earth Shadow, Diva Bomb up again. The amplification matrix as well for Homie Home. Earth Shadow comes up, but there will be the huge sombrero that prevents a lot of damage being output here onto Elo Hell. A huge boop as well coming from Paperback. Blizzard yet again being popped off onto the side here. Will it be enough? There's 1 minute left on the clock. Homie Home, they do have the Diva Bomb as well as the barrier yet again. Yeah. Split the battle enough. Diva Bomb comes up. Won't let no anyone gets the Reaper. A huge kill here. Blizzard again coming in from Biker. This should be able to freeze up some players of Elo Hell. They should be able to push all the way towards them. But oh, Biker almost gets pooped off. Object blocked by Quiji here. And then, that's all she wrote, right? Oh, a misstep from the Shadow Step from Big Bulge.
Wow.
I need to catch my breath.
Wow, what a fight coming in from both teams. Elo Hell not surrendering till the very last moment. But ladies and gentlemen, we will be moving straight right into round number 3. The tiebreaker round coming in with Homie Home with additional 8 more seconds. That's not going to make too much of a difference coming in for this round. But every second counts in Overwatch. Homie Home is going to be defending right now, while Elo Hell is going straight right into offense. And I think, looking at, the very first round, if Homie Home could keep up their strategy, they might be able to just hold this point off for about a minute and just try to just take it off in the fourth round.
It's gonna be quite intense here. Pichi, he's gonna opt to change his skin actually. I saw that. I saw that. You changed your skin.
Skin matters, Twilight.
Skin matters. The skin diff, right?
Yeah.
The X does more damage on Reinhardt. Don't you know that?
When you're golden, everything is golden.
Oh man. Okay, so they have has a minute to attack, and Homie Home has a minute to defend this. If they can manage to charge up one out really quick in one of the fights, Homie Home should be able to take it home. But likewise as well, if they get one of the primary damaging outs up and running, they should be able to take it as well.
I think Ice is going to be on Gomi, right? Like Symmetra having their turrets in a really good position. Like those charges is going to be making a lot of difference coming in this matchup.
Oh, they're gonna go straight into the hotel, but look at that. Mei just freezing up all the opponents here for Elohel, and that's a D-Mac and Dead Diva. Aiden is just going heavy. It's a 3K right off the bat. This is the fight that Elohel needs right now to push just defend this side, take control of this side all the way.
Wow, the second tick is going on, third tick is going on. We're down to the final tick for this match. 20 seconds on the clock. This might be the time that Elohel need. Payload is already up. 15 more seconds. Oh my god, moving straight right into the payload stage right here in the tiebreaker. Things is not going to be looking good for Homie Home. 6 more seconds, we're going straight right into OT as Elohel is going to be pushing that payload straight right in.
Yeah, Piker, he needs that Blizzard to push him off the side. It's just a matter of when. But Racer Boy, he has his Earth Shadow. Quichi also getting his Earth Shadow out right about now. This is going to be a very close amplification matrix coming in from Elo. It's going to be very tight and close here. Yeah, the Earth Shadow coming in from both Reinhardts here. There will be just havoc and chaos. The huge bird denying so much damage. They are still on the point. They're not getting pushed off whatsoever. The main Ice Wall is able to stop any more aggression coming from Homie Home. They should be able to push it, but they're contesting it in the middle of the street. Diva Bomb gets popped here by Tori Turtle. Lands onto the Mei. It's the huge kill. That Blossom getting blocked up by the defense matrix. No damage there whatsoever. And Homie Home, they should be able to push this off. And there we go with the finishing touch of the sound barrier. Homie Home will stop this right in its tracks by the first quarter of the streets here in King's Row.
Wow, I mean, things are just looking so bright for Elohel right now. 4 points with 47 meter on the distance clock as well. Like, Homie Home really got lots of stress going in. If they really want to have early night, they have to close that first point as fast as possible. They have to charge right in, take a big fight, and take that win. It's just looking really, really difficult for Homie Home, but I don't know what to expect, ladies and gentlemen. Tiebreaker round number 2.
Oof, things are gonna be very spicy. Let's see, look at the team comms. Okay, it's gonna be the same exact team comm. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, right?
Oh, but I think, Gomi on that Symmetra, he did do a little bit of work coming in, right? But the turning point for that very first fight is gonna be is Aiden on that Mei. Like, he took out like what, 3-4 heroes in the opponent's side. Like, that was the turning point for that fight for Elohel.
Yeah, and also towards the end, Piker didn't even get to use his Blizzard, so maybe Homie can find something huge here. But you gotta give kudos to Aiden there for just enabling Elohel to just take full control of the side with that early 3K.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, the game is not over yet as we have another 1 minute 8 seconds on the offense for Homie Home. They're going to be pushing straight right in the left side of the map.
Oh man, they're using that 8 seconds to his full advantage. But look at it, the Ice Wall comes out, cuts the team in half here. This could be detrimental for Homie Home as their main tank goes down for the count. That's going to be a 10-second delay. Or even 15 as he has to walk all the way back to the battle. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. A D-Mac Diva as well.
Wow, I mean, this is not looking really good for Homie Home. 30 more seconds on the clock. Reinhardt is back. Diva is back as well. And I think right here, right now, is going to be the last push that Homie Home needs. They need to get together and get the push. But look at Elohel. Racer Boy, 75% on the ultimate as well.
They do make use of Symmetra Teleporter, the immortality field down for the side of Homie Home. This could spell trouble. They do have the amplification matrix. They will pop it. They'll try to do as much damage as possible. Oh, Shadow gets cancelled here by Tori Turtle here. And this could mark a start of a beautiful day for Homie Home, as they do have the Symmetra barrier up and running as well. They should have good control of point of this. Ilohel should just regroup right now and take the fight to the streets. Oh
Yep,
no, they're getting staggered.
exactly. Take the fight right straight to the street. This is not the best time for you to get killed. And Aiden going down right here. It might stagger the death count. It might, bring Elohel back a little bit as
Oh, no!
he's going to be pushing the payload. Payload is live right now. We're going straight right into OT, and 5 men on the payload. And that is it. Elohel, they really have to try to defend this with their life, or else it's going to be a good night for them.
Yeah, I mean, Helios just died at the last moment, so he had to respawn all the way back at base, like all the way at the third point. He has the amplification matrix. They need the amplification matrix to make this work. They do have the Damn Blossom. The barrier is right in the middle of the streets. Let's see how Damn Blossom is, like right in the way. He comes in from the back line. It's gonna be very tight. Here's the amplification matrix. Gets taken out by the Damn Blossom, but Yui gets a huge move here. Oh no, this is gonna be Aiden's Blizzard here. They would be able to take control of this. Qualifiers here with the flash on Shadow. They will be able to take this.
Wow.
In the back, map number 2 goes into favor of Omium, and they will take this into a 2-0 fashion.
Wow, game point, match point, down to that final Earth Shadow coming in from Guichi. Play of the game, Guichi as Reinhardt on King's Row.
Oh, in the final one as well.
Final moment.
Oh, he charges out of the Blizzard smart move. He lands the fat shadow, the 4-man shadow, in fact. And that is just a beautiful cleanup from Homie Home.
Wow, I mean that's just clean, right? That's just clean play coming in from Guichi, and that big Earth Shadow just secure them the win. And ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, Homie Home 2-0. Wow, that's speechless.
Same, same here. Wow, gotta give credit to Homie Home where it's due. But then again, they did a superb job in having the first push right on the OT time. With only 1 minute, they were able to push up to that point, capture the first point, in fact. But unfortunately, towards the end here, in the second half here of the OT, Peachy with the fat Earth Shadow, man, gotta give him credit. Without that Earth Shadow, they would be pretty much dead.
Yeah, especially right at that point in time, everybody has exhausted everything. Double sound barrier, double blizzard. Double self-destruct diva bomb. Like ultimate was left and right, and it's all down to that one last Earth Shadow coming in from Guichi, clean up the game, just straight right as the payload was on the final point. To get the end point, right? So like that was just beautiful coming in from Homie Home. Like and things wasn't really looking good for them in the early game for the tiebreaker, and they turn it around, and that's the right mentality that they should have. Never give up, get that push, get that final push, get that momentum going, and nothing is gonna stop them at that point in time.
Yeah, man, that's what I would call beautiful Overwatch. I just observed, man. No one noticed the right charging out of the Blizzard as well. That's the clutch right there, man. Oh man, but that is of course, to wrap things up. This is of course day number 2 of the Singapore Collegiate Clash Overwatch 2021 between Battle Valiant against Bala Fantasies in round number 1 in a 2-0 fashion for Bala Fantasies. And in round number 2, we have Homie Home and Elohel. Homie Home being able to take this to a 2-0 as well. Very close match in both games as well. Both rounds for Homie Home and Elohel in both maps, in fact. And man, gotta give a huge shout out to them. And also, speaking of shout, I'm gonna give a huge shout, of course, to Gamer Like Us for organizing this. Sponsored by Blizzard Entertainment, Unico Attitude Studio, all for you, and of course, as Sprinklers.
Yep, and players are actually playing for a spot onto the playoff stage about next week, right? Am I right, Twilight?
Yep, that's right. It'll be 8 to 9 January. That is the playoff down at the Kallang Wave Studio, which I mean, sorry, the Esports Experience Center is at Kallang Wave Mall.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tight. Players are gonna be playing in a live studio kind of like environment. So it's gonna be really exciting. But however, we only got 2 slots per group, to be able to qualify. So teams will be fighting really hard. And tomorrow is gonna be the last day of the qualifiers. And it's just gonna be straight right on. If each team is hungry enough to take the top 2 slots to be moving straight right into the playoff stage at EXP Center.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be beautiful. So, anyways, to talk about tomorrow's game in day number 3 of the SCC. In round number 1, the first game that we stream at 8:30 p.m. will be Sleep Frog Uwu against SU before result. So I believe one of them is from SU. Kind of, yeah, if wrong, both of them are from Secondary JC. Oh, sorry, SU is NTU. Yeah, no, I look about it again. City Frogo is probably from secondary school, secondary JC school hybrid. And then at 9:30 p.m. we'll be seeing Singapore Poly against Team OTG at 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen this four-team playoff in the first 2 days, so it's gonna be really interesting. Like to get to see more new strategies coming in. What are the players in the college setting in Singapore? Like what is going through their mind and what's their strategy and team composition coming into this team fight. So it's gonna be really interesting coming in as I'm seeing the map pool for tomorrow and I'm just so excited. And
Right,
and
right.
yeah, yeah, I see Route 66, like, oh my god, classic map. And it's gonna be really excited, really exciting for tomorrow game.
Yeah. Now, of course, tomorrow's game will be casted by Dex and Teddy, so stay tuned for to check them out as well. Remember, we'll be live at 8:30 sharp, and we will probably hope to see you guys there. So I believe this is you're coming to the conclusion of the stream. We'd like to thank the production team as well as the audience out there for tuning in, as well as the teams for playing in today's amazing games.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to everyone, right? Without these people, the production wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't have really good games coming in as well. So it's got it, big shout out to everyone and all the teams that comes today. Without you guys, this competition would not be possible without everyone around.
Yeah. So I was also a huge shout out to Moonboy for being here today with me, discussing this wonderful game of Overwatch. And anyways, my name has been Twice, or is Twice in fact, and this is Moonboy. We've been your grateful casters for today. So stay tuned for tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. and catch the game then. See you guys then.
You guys.
Break this fight. There is the Earth Shadow coming in from Pillow very shortly. Perhaps gotta take down the Ice Wall first. Amplification Matrix 2 there, but hey, look at that. There's a sneaky Lucio on point. But oh, Nathan with a huge ice spike through the brain here. It was great. Look at him. They're holding him by the bridge. Oh, a huge whoop comes in, but oh, and that one's the kill there. It's online. War Machine goes down for the count now. Bunny, the Reaper is just gonna hop around the side. He's just gonna try his best to get as much kills as possible. It is now overtime 0 to 99%. They have to find some way to take this side. That Blossom comes out, takes down one support, and that's basically it now. But they have the Diva up and running. The Earth Shadow coming up very shortly as well as the Symmetra Mode. They're just gonna push right in, that ball it up. That's right. Push in, run to the base. Oh, freezes the charge as well. High Noon comes out. Unfortunately, doesn't get any kills here. Does get a single kill for himself with his left click here. And Baba Fantasy, after the Earth Shadow follow up,
Managed to just keep that up and just fell straight right into Bala Fantasy.
oh yeah, here comes the 2K book coming from